Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Welcome back to the channel. Gonna be looking at William Saliba. And basically, what I want to do is a comparison between him and the players playing at Arsenal. But there also been reports that he's coming back from Nice next season as a starter. I've already said this on my streams that Luis has been so brilliant, but you can't keep Luis all day long. You can't keep Luis for the next 3 years. We need to start grooming a player who fits in, who plays as either a centre back partner to Gabriel Magalhaes or Pablo Mari. And I think we really have an exciting player in William Saliba. The fact that is that Mikel doesn't want to give him football. He said he's not ready. The players come out with in the media and disagreed with that. He said, "I'm ready." So we're gonna be looking at Saliba, try to react to his skills and what he does best as a player. Because I think what he needs to provide to Gabriel is the complementarity, at the club, at a center, as a centre back partnership. Can they play together? Can they complement each other? And what is he best at? So that's basically what we're gonna look at. I think I've watched this video. Most of the clips are from his appearances at Nice, and it brings out what I actually want. Because at Saint Etienne, when he came back from Saint Etienne, many people said he was injured and so on. So make sure you're very, very attentive watching William Saliba and his abilities and skills. So the first thing I'm looking at him at the long balls, you can see, and we get so much. We get so much of this from David Louis. He's a big ball, long ball lover. Always, he's gonna get that ball. Either trying to look out for runs from wingers, or runs from midfielders, or runs from fullbacks. I think Saliba also has that quality. You can see, and his passing is actually very, very perfect. Just look at him. The only reason that's why Arteta doesn't give him football, he says he's not ready, and I don't see why he's not ready. We're also going to look at some of his defensive skills, but his passing is okay. I think if you look at what Luis gives us, I think Saliba is also doing the same, passing that ball from the back. Especially if for a manager like Mikel Arteta, who likes playing from the back, build up play, building that ball, and building runs from the back. I think you have your man. I think you have your man in William Saliba, because Rob Holding literally can't do that. There is no way you're telling me Rob Holding is a long ball player. He cannot make 2 yards, a pass of 2 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. He's not confident on the ball, but you can see William Saliba is very, very confident. His runs, in that midfield, very confident, very, very confident, especially with his passing. You can see. I mean, next season we need to see more of this guy. Otherwise, he might ask for a transfer away from the club, and that would be very, very disgusting. So you can look at his passing; he's very okay, because Mikel wants to play from the back, and he says, it's not he says, but for me, I feel he doesn't have the players. Rob Holding is not he's not that kind of defender that can play from the back. Chambers is not the player that plays from the back. The only player that you have, that can play from the back, literally, is Gabriel Magalhaes, and you need a partner who's right-footed, and I think Saliba gives you that as a player. So you can see heading. I want us to look at his heading abilities, area abilities, first and foremost, because one of the things I'm really tired of Rob Holding is his aerial ability. However short a striker is, however short an opponent is, they will beat Rob Holding in the air. I mean, if Sterling beats him, if Jota beats Rob Holding in the air, however tall he can be. So I think Saliba needs to be good in the air. I think he's good. You can see the rate at which he's heading that ball. The blocks are also his blocks are also very, very fine. As a defender, he's very intelligent, and I just couldn't believe that we didn't see much of him this season. But I think he's a very interesting, young defender to watch. And he's been dubbed the Mbappe of centre backs. I don't know how true that is, but he's fast as a player. You think one of the things I think we have considered goals this season is very slow defenders, very slow, a very slow pace. But he's fast as a defender. That means however much he comes forward, he'll be able to get back. And also, I think he's talented as a player. You can just see very, very confident. I don't know whether it's the quality of players in League One, because they're also not good enough. They're not so much of much competition in League One. But again, if I look at him as a player, I think he's so good. The confidence level, his ability to read the game, his ability to pass that ball. I think he's a very interesting player. Leave what you think about this guy in the comment section. I'll be trying to go through your comments and try to react to them. But I think we've got ourselves a nice defender, a very, very nice defender in William Saliba. Of course, there was a time when no one had dribbled past him this season at Saint Etienne. Ever since when went there on loan, no one had dribbled past him. Always there at the right time. My problem with Rob Holding is you will find him out of position almost 9 out of 10 times. But this guy is always in that position. I don't know about his leadership skills. I've not seen him shout. I've not seen him talk so much. But the communication between him and Gabriel, the fact that both of them have been in France, so they could be, there is a possibility that they speak some French, so they have a language they can speak together. The reason as to why Luis and Gabriel have been so good is the language, the Brazilian language. So probably, you think about it, Saliba has been in France, Gabriel has been in France. They have that common factor, which is their language. So I think this guy is a full package of a defender: interception, blocks, passing from the back, confidence, aerial ability. I think he's got everything. Arsenal just need to move from their comfortable zone and then start giving this guy playing time. That's all. That's all we've got to do. But it's a very interesting centre back. Very, very interesting centre back. Can see, and I think you would use him. You would use him both in zono and tight marking scenarios, because his game reading, he can play as a zono. He can use zono marking and you can play. You can fit in well, and then with tight marking. You've just seen no one actually gets past this guy. His decision making is so fantastic, very fantastic. But of course, one thing I've seen with the League One, and I hope you've seen it, their games are so slow. I mean, they don't have fast games like in the Premier League. The strikers are not that sharp enough. With the Premier League, he will have to work with his pace. That's the first thing he needs to work on. You need to work on your pace. Rob Holding has suffered, for me, courtesy of his pace. He's been so poor in terms of pacing. So, guys, that is William Saliba. Probably you can check Ghana TV. They have an interesting video about this guy. Try to check them out. I think he's a very interesting player. All he has to work with is his pace, because there is an elevation in pace from the French League One to the Premier League. But the rest, Mikel needs to give him a chance. Needs to give him, a fighting chance. There is no way we can see Rob Holding start day in, day out at Arsenal and then don't see William Saliba. I'll speak to you in the morning.